BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. Hi everyone, welcome back to 50 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with Esmam, a photographer really interesting from Bangladesh, and welcome Esmam.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's really a pleasure, especially because we already did the publication together in Make It Blue. So I was really interested to discover more about you.
I am grateful. Thank you for this opportunity actually to talk about my photography and about myself actually, because yeah, it's good to talk about your art and about yourself.
Yeah. So just to start to know a bit more about you, what you can tell about you, basically, and then we go a bit more deep in what you're doing and what you experienced.
I was born in the north side of Bangladesh, a city named Rangpur. My family member actually appreciated art and photography, music actually. My father, he was a photographer, and he was the first person who gave me a camera. I was 4 years old, I remember. He gave me a Yashica Electro 35 GSM. It was the first camera, and this is where everything starts actually.
Yeah.
And my family members and friends, they loved music, so I was good at music, and I loved music and photography actually.
Okay. Tell me more. I mean, I'm waiting to know more about you. How old are you? And if it's the only things you do it is right now photography and music, or tell me a bit more about you.
I was doing photography for a very long time when I was in my school actually. I was doing kind of modern photography, like the new trend photography, like the new aesthetic photography, neon light photography, and I was making some kind of uplifting electronic music. The art form, it was all about happiness and positivity, but it all changed when I was in the last semester of my high school. My father passed away, and my best friend, he died because of a road accident. And it was a hard time for me because I was unable to do the photography I was doing, because the message of my photography from that time was very positive, but I was going through a very hard time. So I was unable to do the type of photography I was doing. Also, I was unable to make the music I was making because it was very uplifting. So it was at least 2 years of time I was unable to do any kind of art, because the art I was making, it was not very true to myself about the thing I was feeling. And from that time, I started listening to music, especially ambient music, because the music of ambient, it does not tell about any emotion, because it is the music without lyrics. So I was listening to ambient music, and I was studying more about photography because I was unable to figure out myself what I am going to do. So I started watching different photography and starting learning about different photographers. A lot of photographers. I will mention Fan Ho from Hong Kong. His work inspired me a lot. And Nirav Patel, photographer from Instagram. I really appreciated their work, and I started learning more about photography and music actually. I started learning from those 2 years, I started learning about different art form and music. So I had knowledge about making music and photography. So I started writing a music album about my life. And I started writing music, and the album name was Art of Living Alone. The music was about the hard time of my life from those 2 years when my father passed away and my friend died because of a road accident. The music, It was ambient music. It was kind of sad. It was sad music. So the music album was done almost a year of work. After a year of work, I called a friend of mine. He was a model. I shared the idea of his idea that I made a music album. I want to photograph for the album artwork. So I told him, shared the idea about that I am making this music album about my life, my father and my friends. So we went outside of the city with my camera for the first time after 2 years of pause, no photography. I shared the concept that those photographs must have to explain a kind of deep meaning or sadness. He must not look happy. So he acted that way, and I photographed different photographs of his sad expressions, and from that series I got almost 21 photographs, and I edited those photographs, and I wanted to capture those sad emotions of my hard times of my life. And out of those photographs, I found some of the photographs I can use as an album artwork. And it was the concept that I got from that, is to translate my sadness into art. And I'm still doing the same kind of idea of photography. And the photo you used in your magazine for publication, the idea of those photographs also based on that incident of my life. So currently I'm photographing those particular moments of my life.
Yeah, I totally get your feeling, and also because I had some experience similar, some 2 years ago, when also my mother passed, and also I lost a friend recently, so I totally understand your feeling. And just to go on, I would love to know more about what are you experiencing now, and what is your future experience you want to do it.
Right now, I just came back from a photography tour with my brother. He was a YouTube vlogger, also a model. So I photographed some of his photos for his vlog, and I did some photography projects with few NGOs about few political movements, etc. And right now I am photographing some ideas and photographing those ideas into making music. I mean, I cannot think about photography without music. So most of the time I photograph something, I had an idea that somehow this photograph must have to end some of my music EP or album's cover. So right now I just came back from my home, where I was born, Rangpur. So my father died bankrupt. We had some issues with past life. So I went back there almost 7 years. I came back here in the new city, Dhaka, so 2015 for my education from my hometown. Last week, I just went back there in my hometown, Rangpur, and I photographed the house where I was born. The house currently we live there, but not for so long, because the bank will take those homes because we are bankrupt and we don't live there anymore. But the home, it is still the way it is. It was exactly the way it was 20 years ago when I was born. So I went back there and I photographed few things about the home I loved, about the windows, the doors and the rooms and the aesthetic, the ugliness. Actually, it's an old house. It's completely broke, not completely broke, but it's broken, but it's beautiful. So I photographed the house, and right now I am on production of making a music album named Memories of a Forgotten Place. because sooner or later the home I was born will be taken by the banks, will be a forgotten place. So I went back there last week. I just came back here 3 days ago because of the interview here. But it was a very good experience of mine to photograph the home. And right now I am writing a music album about the home, Memories of a Forgotten Place, which it will be my home and it will be my future music album and also a photography project. So I want to keep that moment as it is, as an art form, as photography or as a music, the way you say it, it's all just art. So this is right now my future project about my photography and my music.
That's so interesting. Just to make you a last question for you, I would love to know how do you feel that photography, in a way or another, changed you during the years, and what kind of connection do you have with your country instead of doing picture there?
I love my country because most of the photographer of my country, they always try to represent the beauty of my country, and I want to represent in my way. I love nature because I was grown in the north side of this country where the landscapes are extremely beautiful, but I also love people, which is why I want to photograph people in my landscape. Right now, you know the story, I want to photograph a sadness kind of emotion, but it will not be the same way because sooner or later I will find a different project and I will switch. But still I am photographing few more projects about this particular moment, and I want to photograph some of the countryside of my country because I love the countryside of my country more than the city life or the politics or the movement or etc. Because I find the beauty in the nature in my country more than anything else in my country. I really love the countryside and the people in my country, and I want to right now I don't want to, I am not focusing on some kind of story. I want to capture a emotion or a feeling actually in a frame, something so simple yet so powerful, just a man and a nature and a photograph explaining something abstract, not an emotion, not happy or sad. It's the, and the beauty of, I find photography is the limit, because when it's come to film, because you have to give time. When it's come to photography or also painting, that the limit of this medium, because if I photograph something, this is what it is, and the viewer is going to see the photograph in my feed less than 5 seconds. So it's hard to impress someone with this single frame and make them stop more than 5 seconds, because I believe in this day of our age, if I was capable of making someone stop more than 5 seconds to watch my photography more than 5 seconds, I think it's a great photograph. If I'm capable of making someone stay more than 5 seconds to judge or analyze the photograph I took, because it is really easy to ignore something by just scrolling down the feed. If I scroll down a photograph, if I don't like it, I'm never going to watch it. If I like it and I'm going to watch it more than 5 seconds, I'm going to save it. So this is how I think about photography.
That's a really interesting point of view. Okay, so our 50 minutes are done, and I thank you for your time and for your words.
Thank you very much.
And I hope to make other projects with you, because the first magazine, Make It Blue, was nice. And
I want to say something that
tell me.
3 years ago, 3 years ago, when I was 17, I used to think that I knew everything. So I didn't care about learning. When my father died, it was painful and I made a lot of mistakes. And I think many people try to forget their mistakes, but I think if I forget my mistakes, I'm never going to be better. So I think I'm learning, and every day I'm getting better. My photography, my music, and I know nothing, which is a great thing, because every day I wake up, there is something to watch, something to learn. So this is something. It's like a drug sometimes that I don't know. I have to know, and I have to do. So that keeps me doing photography and music and everything.
Yeah, this is the same exactly for me. It's every day, it's a new day to learn something new and to continue to discover the world, the life. And
Yes.
it's a drugs. It's totally a drugs. It's like that.
Some people don't just get it. They just act like they know everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a way or another, every one of us has a moment to understand that it's really impossible to know everything, and I mean, in a way, it's when we think that we know already everything about our life, we are just protecting ourselves to don't see the shades of the world.
Yes, because everyone is different. Because I turn my photography to something different. If it was not me, someone different, they could have done a different thing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, also
Because
if you put the same people, in the same place, and they take the same picture, they are not doing the same picture.
yes, because some people can forget their pains, and I was trying to do the same. I ended up not doing photography almost 2 years.
Yeah,
Almost 2 years. I was making money actually. I was doing some event photography. I had link and connection and people I knew. I ended up losing pretty much everything because I had no idea. I was not embracing myself. I was just trying to. I was afraid actually, but right now I am really happy, and I just want to be healthy, and to keep doing this as long as I can. And this is just a beginning actually.
yeah, totally. I hope
This is
to.
actually this is okay. This is actually my first time interview in English actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all right.
So, Ismam, thank you a lot for
Thank you.
your time, and I hope
And
to.
thank you for the opportunity actually.
Yeah, so you're welcome, totally welcome, and I hope to doing another podcast in the future with you that we can continue to talk about.
I will sure talk about when I am done with the Memories of an Forgotten Place album and photography project.
Totally.
It's just a beginning. I have to go back to my home again to photograph some more.
Yeah. So I hope you have a great time, and see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer, or visit our Instagram and follow BerlinExplorer project.